dynamic game and one that both of these teams hope will propel them to bigger and better things. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene, as we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Dogs will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. Moore will throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Whittington. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Stewart. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important.
Oh, he's got some space. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Ducks have changed their look completely in the backfield. Mekhi Hughes, Isaiah World highlighting a transfer class. It really ought to transform this team into a potent force on the ground. Is that what was missing from the squad a year ago?
I think you want to see the passing and the running working together. You've had a couple of top-notch quarterbacks the last couple of years, obviously with experience. Now, an inexperienced guy at the quarterback spot. You might need to lean more on the running game. Oregon's got the guys up front. They got the guys in the backfield. They could do it.
Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and, man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Moore to the air. Going for it all. Touchdown, Oregon! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Using his legs, it's Frazier. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the Dogs do.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Picks up the first down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
The Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the air, it's Stockton. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Now, last year there were long stretches from which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't help him the whole spot around, right? The offensive line, running backs, receivers, it was kind of below average for every position.
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So first down here as they go back to work. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He leaves it with the back. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Dogs! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he puts through the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in them.
There he goes! Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback making adjustments. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Shoves back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Try to get it to the edge. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Moore will throw. Quarterback adapting. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Caught behind the line. It's Whittington. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team? On 4th down, looking for the completion. On the move to the right, looking for a big one. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on down.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's 4th and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers there.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive just trying to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Snagged in the middle. It's Delt. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. He's now up to 66 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. And I don't think he got in. Those big bodies up front just creating a wall at the goal line. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Throws for the tight end. Once the defense is wide open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Might be changing the route. Moore to the air. Here comes the heat. Unleashes one. Got his man downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Back to the ground game on the left. And the ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
I love the Ashes when you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. This quarterback part of their running game. And they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And the ground game comes through for this offense just in the nick of time. Clock ticking down in the first half. They punch it in and a chance to tie this football game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Indiana unleashed a furious offensive attack and reminded folks in Bloomington of what things were like when Lee Corso was in charge. An A-plus performance from the Hoosiers.
Looking downfield on 1st down.
All that speculation, all...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Oregon. The defense putting points on the board. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air. It's Stockton. Makes the catch. It's Branch. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking deep down the right side. Catch and stride inside the 15. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Georgia.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wants to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback making checks. After the incompletion, they go back up top. On the run, still looking. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
My old coach always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. He got flushed outside the pocket. Listen, it's okay. You can throw an incompletion. Don't create a turnover. Don't try to force it. At least the quarterback took care of the football.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Moore will throw. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Steps away. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Ducks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially turning it on. Touchdown, Dogs! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Motion from the back. Moore to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little extra time. Rolling right and going deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Makes the catch at the 30. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, keep it, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on third down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
And the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stockton. Pressure coming. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Grab behind the line. It's Bell. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's third down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he kills his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
Georgia looking to convert this fourth down. Quickly out to the tight end. Gets away from one. He's got space. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Georgia going back to work with another first down. The corners are walked up tight. The give to the tailback. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They give up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Michigan State pulled one out today on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in East Lansing. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Moore will throw. Quarterback moving. That's caught. It's Whittington. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Line getting set on second down. He leaves it with his back. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the change. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Whittington. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Bringing the heat. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Moore to the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got a man, it's Bryant. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. The offense changing the play. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw again. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Fires left. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Finds the tight end.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Makes the grab. It's Bell. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a 1st down.
Picks up 3. And 1st down for the offense.
Ready to fire from the pistol. Here's the handoff. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense...
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. They try to get it outside on the left. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
Moore will throw. Makes the catch. It's Bryant. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Now on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
Hey, it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Here on 3rd down for this offense. Defense in press coverage. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. They'll start this drive going to the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense, to stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to him, and keeping this up.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Taking it the other way.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but just live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Quarterback just couldn't quite find the range on the last play. It's 3rd down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. Splits the uprights. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to adjust the pattern. Moore to the air. Starting to feel a little pressure. Blasted as he lets it go. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. It's first down from the 37-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Rifles it down the middle. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Touchdown, Ducks!
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
First and 10.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.